Let's go for Henri versus DarkDiamonds. The second semi-final of mid-ELO tourneys, still a best of 5. And we have a classic cavalry matchup here with Magyars versus Franks. So Magyars, they get forging instantly, so they have very strong both men-at-arms and scouts openings. And they may be one of those few civs that could actually contest the Franks scout opening. Granted, Magyars don't have a Dark Age eco bonus like the Franks do, but Magyars get +1 attack instantly on their scouts, and their scouts are also 15% cheaper. So it makes it easier to match the Franks' mass or outmass the Franks, and then use that +1 attack, that instant forging to their advantage. Let's see what DarkDiamonds chooses to do though. Back-ish berries could be good. This looks like a decently wallable map, actually. Although the golds are forward, all 3 golds forward. Not the prettiest ever. And for Henri, we have 2 back golds here. So side gold in the back here, main gold kind of on the hill here, but still in the back. And yeah, base that seems a bit more open, but no no not any impossible holding here. Those 2 back golds are just awesome though, if you can secure them somehow. Yeah, thanks for clips. Good to know. Little spontaneous warning here and there. Never hurt anyone. I'm gonna fast forward a few Dark Age here a little bit because we have potentially many games to get through here. We'll keep an eye on the scouting of the players and see when or if they find each other. Looks like they are both... Wait, did I just... Am I still fast forwarding? Yeah, I am. It's just lagging when I switch the fog of war, or the point of view, rather. So Henri is scouting the green side now, found the base. Knows what he needs to know, knows that full walls are an option here. I don't see any sign of a barracks yet for DarkDiamonds, so it looks like they'll both be going for the scouts here, maybe? Barracks for Henri, yeah, both to the feudal age. 21 pop versus 20 pop, and a minimum of idle TC time for both, so this is going to be a feudal age scout fight. Interesting. So Henri stays forward to... He could actually delay the stables here, though, even if it's quite close to DC. He chooses not to go for it. Then he's a good boy, yes. So they're both big old baller boys here. What's this scouts count? 2 scouts for each player, no spearmen. It's going to be a race to who gets the walls up first here, I guess. Henri just missing a few tiles here in the back. Let's hope he has to... Oh! But he's gonna find a scout it now and find the opening to the side here. Looks like DarkDiamonds might be able to cover it other. Hey, Henri is in the chat. Nice. Who are these plebs playing? Well, some try-hard Franks picker. So it looks like they've both been able to complete their walls. Henri has invested into 4 scouts, DarkDiamonds into 3. But neither of them will be able to do much damage to the other. Looking at the overall situation here. No eco kills, no kills until they run into each other. They're probably just going to be committing to scouting the map now. Oh, there would still be potential here for DarkDiamonds, actually. Okay, so if you're going to relocate the walls, why not? Why not just move a little bit further out? I mean, it's village of walking distance. I get it. I get it. Just open men-at-arms and be happy. Yeah. Scouts have passed their prime. Magyars have a +1 attack at least, so they could tear down walls slightly more easily. But still easier said than done with the ease of quick walling behind. Just passing here. 4 scouts versus 3 scouts. They're not gonna... Oh, Henri is making more scouts, in fact. Seems risky. Open knights. But then you have to skip the dark and fuel age. That's boring. Much rather go men-at-arms into men-at-arms. So, as far as a war game goes, this seems very peaceful. Finding the walls, DarkDiamonds takes cancer. They're both pounding at the walls now and at least forcing some reaction behind. But that should usually be just about it, because you won't really be able to... You shouldn't be able to break through if the opponent's reaction is on point. So this is going to be about efficiency, resource efficiency and transition here. DarkDiamonds. Less idle TC time here, going to go to the cast stage before Henri here. We'll be getting those +2 attack Magyar's knights out before the Franks knights can enter the field as well. Oh, just passing. Yes. So the reasoning for this is that Venture Baba won the prediction contest the other day, and we promised a gift sub, and he said give it to the community, so that one goes to my Turkish friend, that is. We're scouting the corners here, because why not? And yeah, both players at least using the scouts to gather some intel on the map, maybe get an impression of the relics and the neutral resources. And you could always pound away at walls as well, because you'll at least force a reaction and some houses behind. Frank's eco is stronger here going into the cast stage, 40 seconds apart from DarkDiamonds, but DarkDiamonds is going to be producing the knights first. So it should be 2 stables for Henri as well. Bloodlines obviously in for DarkDiamonds, getting the +2 defense as well. So DarkDiamonds will have fully upgraded knights well ahead of the Franks player here. No harm in playing knights against the Franks in the cast stage, especially if you can get to the upgrades earlier, which is the case for the Magyars here. And Henri, being slightly later to the cast stage, chooses to opt for a monastery. Yeah, straight away for defense, expecting the knights, of course, to come, having scouted the double stables here. To be honest, though, I think as Magyars, against Frank's cav archers would have made more sense as a follow-up, even though it takes a while to mass them when you wall off like this and have your base secured. If you go cavalry archers, that's much harder for Franks to deal with than knights. That's the wrong Henri, I think. Yeah, that's the wrong Henri. That might be the wrong one as well. I wouldn't know. I think Henri is actually first seed in the gold bracket endings as well. Try adding an S, then this could be it. Frank Cav Archers. Or Frank's Cav Archer, I don't know. I don't remember either. So, army numbers comparable here. We have knights, monks on the way out for Henri. He's got more consistent production as well. Wait, they're both with double stables, so never mind. Thanks to Risky Ninja for the follow. Oh, you don't play ranked that much. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we do play in the Platinum division as well, right, Henri? So I don't know how you did there. Frank Cav Archers. That's it. Well, then lose to Magyar Cav Archers, Dennis. Oh, look at this bloodbath here. Who's gonna win this? It's Henri with the numbers here, I think. And their upgrades, obviously, they are matching. Yeah, DarkDiamonds withdraws here, losing some numbers, and then he gets a little edge there now, because they're probably both with similar production. Monster now being added by DarkDiamonds as well to heal up some of these weak knights. That's way cheaper if you can heal all the weak knights rather than make new ones, so try and preserve the numbers. And then he goes for the okay, goes for the healing first, and then maybe the relic later. No need to stress the relics really. It's going to be nice for the very late game, but monks serve a more important purpose now to convert enemy knights and heal up your own. Frank should send 2 knights to walls to distract. They would very easily be taken out by 2 or 3 Magyar's knights though, so I'm not sure that's a good idea to waste numbers that way. Good job holding the heal here as well. Давай. What's that? It's a taunt I never heard, if there is one. They're both healing up the knights here. This is a full-on knights fight. Neither player even bothering adding bikes here. They're adding monks, of course. Oh, you added it during the Russian raid. Yeah, okay, makes sense. They got raided by the Queen the other day. Solid Russian, I'm assuming, female player, since they call themselves the Queen. Some conversions here could make a big deal. Could be a big deal. Just keep a note on the eco though. DarkDiamonds with 3 TCs, Henri with 2. Henri with more army, DarkDiamonds with more eco. DarkDiamonds can hence afford to lose more units in the long run, while Henri risks falling behind if he loses numbers. in comparison. Good fight by Henri though. 18 to 6 knights here now. If someone managed to break in, could start targeting some buildings here now to break through, I think. Oh, no! Oh, oh, yo, 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 disaster for DarkDiamonds. This could even out that villager count very quickly here. And there aren't enough. There's only one monk here. Only one monk here to convert. Not nearly enough knights did. Probably shouldn't call it early, but this is hurting DarkDiamonds eco ginormously here. It's going to be so many villagers here now to Henri's raids, and this is just going to even out the game just like that. Even if the knights numbers go down now, Henri can't afford to lose them after taking such a good fight against DarkDiamonds knights earlier. So look at that eco KD suddenly, 18, 19-0 for Henri, and then 61-61 is the builder count all of a sudden. Changes just like that with a snap of the fingers because of a gate being kept open by a stupid villager. Yeah, and Henri just stays inside here, keeps a triple stables production of knights now. DarkDiamonds eco has been idle a lot here now. Look at the worker efficiency. Idleties is not so much though, so at least replenishing builders, which is very important when you get raided. It's not a stupid villager, it's a traitor. Maybe if the monk converted her, she would be, but that wasn't the case. Trying to re-wall, but not going to allow that. Will he snipe the monk? If that's a weak knight, that's a full HP. Always the full HP one. Always the full HP knight. Smart monk usage there. But the knight thought just won't stop here. Triple stables, consistent production for Henri. These raids are just going to be devastating for DarkDiamonds. Out of food, out of gold, can't produce units. This could be GG. And off gold here as well, by the way. So that's neutral gold. Okay, so there's gold access over here. Worker efficiency, last minute. More villagers. 46 kills? Are you kidding? And Henri didn't lose a single one. He's chasing even more here. Yeah, this is over for DarkDiamonds. Rough start for our green player here. Let's see if I can add some more commands here as well. I think this is correct commands. These are, rather. 45 villagers to 73. It switches just like that when you get the raids in. And yeah, you could make monks, but it's just not going to be enough here. DarkDiamonds should absolutely consider tapping out and calling the GG as a result of these raids. It's been falling so far behind now. 0 military, 44 villagers. GG is called. Henri takes the first game. Alright. Here we go with the graphs here. Eco just switching up like that with all the villagers lost for our green friend. Just these small things. One small mistake and suddenly you're screwed. It's strange how much that can matter in Age of Empires 2. Yeah, exactly. Whoop, whoop. 113 to 48. Henri didn't lose a single villager, by the way, so that's already also quite impressive. Good map situation reading. It took more like 15 minutes in this case. Well, that's the first game he wants to wear you out, you know. 74 villagers max for both. You wouldn't have thought that a moment ago. And APM spiking at 90 max here. Alright, let's find game number 2, which will be Dark Diamonds map. We're going to Cup. I haven't casted Cup for a while, so that should be cool. And it's usually seen Celts, Britons on this map, but we'll see once they launch here. Want to give some context? Okay, go ahead. Britain's Japanese here. Cup was not supposed to be played. Oh. Huh. It wasn't in the pool, or? I see. Well, that's not ideal if you were playing a map you didn't expect to play. Best of 5, yeah. So you ended up saying you were banning Cup early, yeah, and then they got to pick it anyway because of the order. Ah, okay. Well, it sounds like a smart strategical choice to deprive the player of a map they've been using a lot. So, I'm gonna speed it up again a little bit here. You'll see this map kind of favors rushes to take out fish eco if you try to over the fish here, but we'll stick around and have a look. Henri is out scouting. The maps are, I mean, the spawns are very consistent on this map. They are basically fixed. And if you spot the enemy docking, you could easily punish that by going for a rush yourself. They're both going for docks here, but in separate ponds, so they should be safe-ish for now until any early aggression enters. There's the barracks for Henri with the Japanese, while Dark Diamonds will be playing the British archers, probably straight archers maybe. Spots dock, nice. And do we have any? Yeah, we have militia, aka Angry Housewives and Q here from Henri. And by the looks of it, they're gonna be men at arms eventually here. Let's slow it down a bit because now we have some fighting action. Oops. Going straight for the lock. Good reaction by Dark Diamonds, by the way, to pull the fishing ships away here. The walling as well keeps the drush from entering anywhere. That's some greedy Dark Age walls from the Britons here, just now reaching the feudal age. Gonna drop that range and defend with archers, surely. 2 on gold. Oh, you can make a demo! Probably not gonna see a demo, but it would be epic if that were the case. Ah! Oh! We gotta zoom in on this. Oh, it takes so long to create. Come on. Bring the boom already. Yeah, they're gonna go down. Ah, okay, decent. Men at Arms actually in for Henri, but that's not going to last too long. Yeah, danger of hybrid maps like this, walking on the hybrid terrain. Could have been a better hit, I think, though. Could have taken even more units out. So not the best Men at Arms upgrade ever, Now for gold, we're going to be sending more to gold for Dark Diamonds here to sustain the faster working Britain's ranges here. I'd probably need like, I mean, usually you need 6 on gold for consistent double range production, but then you need gold for the upgrades eventually as well. So I'd say maybe you'll need 9 on gold in the end for Britons to keep both ranges working and also be able to afford fletching and cast age transition and whatnot. Dark Diamonds is really investing to deal with the men at arms here though and keep the fish going. They're both fishing, but now with the archers they could take out Henry's fish here. So just a little peaceful now while stacking up on the units, both going for the archers, which is perfectly fine in the feudal age. Britons don't get any extra range for their archers until the castle age. Somewhat similar numbers as well. They both have 2 ranges, but Henry has fletching. So that's going to be a huge advantage against the Britons player. Not currently with fletching. What's the scouting like for Dark Diamonds? Kind of lacking here, doesn't know about ranges. Obviously knows about the archers now, now that Henry is forward with the archers offensive here. Patient of Dark Diamonds here behind walls. Fletching is in as well, and now obviously got the numbers here. So now Henry is at risk of losing the Japanese fish here, eventually at least. But they are quite tanky to take out. They have extra HP, extra army. And return demo would be nice for sure. Open wall with demo, you could do that as well. That's true. Only Dennis or Ogedai thinks about these things, so don't worry about it. And Sato, maybe. Some people just think more out of the box than others. This looks like a break-in to me, though. It's gonna be rough to wall behind fletched archers like that. Your only option is basically placing a market here. I think it might be time for Henry to drop a tower on the gold here. But he has archers of his own, so he's gonna clean it up with armies instead. So yeah, probably crisis averted here. We'll see. Significant HP lead, almost fights the HP now with skirmishers in the mix as well. That's an easy cleanup against the Britons here. Very nice to take out the Britons' archers numbers before the castle age and before they can become crossbows with that extra range. All fish still alive for both players as well. There's a reason I've had this map in all series that I played. Yeah, I don't like it either. I played it for the... like when we were testing the maps before this tournament. And I gave it a low score. I'm not a big fan of the cup. I hate the fact that you could use infantry or even your starting scout to harass the fish eco and kill it so easily. This should be a break-in, shouldn't it? But Dark Diamonds now with the Britons has 18 archers total. Has a few forward as well. No, that's a galley. My bad. And we'll be beating Henri handily to the cast stage here, which unlocks crossbow. You get that +1 attack instantly, so you basically get the equivalent of Bodkin, at least range-wise, instantly with written, so you could outrange this army here. And you'll be researching Bodkin and... Wait, it's off gold actually, so it's not going to afford Bodkin straight away here. But anyway, you get that extra range anyway, and looks like crossbow is affordable. I guess it's going to be Bodkin first here and crossbow after them. Big walls here to keep the aggression out, not hating that, and cast stage is in, which means that Henri should just back off here. Is game sound up or just super low? It's probably quite low. Probably if I take it up, crank it up a notch, it's gonna be very loud in my ears. But I mean, we could give it a little boost here. That shouldn't be a big issue. Let me know if it gets too loud or if it's okay. Yeah, we'll see next fight. Crossbow is in, Bodkin is in, and as you'll note, Britons get +1 range in the cast stage, and another +1 in the Imperial Age. Even the university is up here, so we're gonna see some fairly early ballistics as well, once the gold allows. And Henri going crossbow as well, no need to go elite skirmisher here, I think, but very much wood and food floating here now, so not sure what the follow-up plan is here with the Japanese. Could aim for a faster Imperial Age and negate the Britain's bonus with Arbalest and Bracer, maybe? Or aim for the middle, for the gold that's there. Market wall here to keep the crossbows out. This is already kind of loud for me, but it's tolerable. Tolerable. Problem is when we get to the big fighting, it's very, it's very tiresome for my ears. Oh, a bit loud now. Okay. Yeah, let's give it another go. Just find a like middle solution here. Guess that just needs some adjustment along the way. And then he withdraws with the crossbows, and actually kind of has an army advantage here, but there's still a range, that's an issue. That Brits have extra range, always a pain to be up against. So this is going to be an extended cast stage for sure. No player close to the next stage. Ooh, focusing on some ship here with skirmishers. Skirms OP, I tell you. No time ring for the Japanese, but They get it, at least. It's not that relevant when you're not up against cavalry, though, when Shababa. It's always nice to have faster firing rate for sure, but it's much more significant when up against cavalry units. Who's making demo? Green's making a demo, but yeah, that's not going to be an issue as long as Henri doesn't go over to that side. Demolition ship would be even better, but that's a significant investment to go for, of course. They're just dancing back and forth here, not doing too much to each other. So beware of the dock when there's a flag on it on these kinds of maps with your masses of units. Could be devastating. Siege workshop now for Henri is going to push on the Britain side here. And I guess Ram might be the first choice of weapon here because Britain's crossbows, they outrange mangonels. So that's a problem playing mangonels against Britain. If you had a ram, you could ram down the ranges on the edge here, also make an opening to enter. And we didn't lose a single little yet, but he's still behind by 15 because of more idle tease time. And there's the imp. A very good way to counter the Britain's range advantage is to get to Imperial Age before them if you're playing archers of your own. If you get Arbalest Bracer before Britons get to their own Arbalests and Imperial Age with the extra range that implies, you have a chance, you have a shot at taking out or negating their range advantage. 2 siege workshops. So siege ram would be ideal against Britons, but Japanese at least get capped ram, which will also soak quite a bit of arrow fire. So sneak, yeah, just some skirmishers running around here. What are their scoutings like, actually? Yeah, they both have decent scouting, but Henri seems to be committing even more to it, spreading out the stray skirms here. Imperial Age now for the Britons as well, but 2 minutes behind. Down Maganel. Oh, so actually Japanese archers focusing down on Maganel here. Not without the Costo. Sorry I missed it, but you get the idea here. Henri is probably happy I missed it. So it's going to be a captain push for the Japanese then. Looks like there's stone for castle as well. That might as well just go for either forward or in the middle here, which you could also use for a treb push from this side. Oh, DarkDiamonds tries to move out, but Henri is here. Goodbye, Monk. Imperial Age is in, and as will Arbs and Bracer, and you can afford Capped Ram as well, so that's probably something we're gonna see. And there comes the cast. Yep, right on the production. Perfect. That's also going to protect the Capped Ram push to join the Arbalest here. So solid pressure being applied by Henri here now, as DarkDiamonds goes for the middle, but there is a stray skirmisher here by Henri, scouting a little bit and delaying this one, and just a few crossbows, or well, soon to be Arbs. Yeah, to stop this concept from going up. Ridiculous eco for the Britons, but this eco doesn't quite correspond with the crossbow numbers. I mean, you should, as long as you're not pop-capped, you should just keep producing army, right? Villagers, nice, keep the villager production, but we could have had 60-70 crossbows to become arbs here with some more ranges out, and yeah, we just make use of the resources. I'm guessing we'll see a castle by the Britons somewhere. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh man. That's half of Henri's army right there. Oh, it was painful. At least he denied the TC in the middle here. I missed the Mangonel as well. Well, can't catch everything. Look away for 2 seconds. Yeah, and suddenly DarkDiamonds has a decent army leader. Still had cap ramps for Henri here and producing arbalests out of 3 ranges, but keep in mind that Britain's archery ranges, they produce 20% faster. Yeah, more ranges going up. Nice. Going to commit to the arbs here, even though Britons have 2 more range, don't they? 1 more range, sorry. Bracer not in yet for DarkDiamonds. Going for light cav here. Wants to go for some raids. Or wants to prepare for cav to deal with Henri going into skirms after losing the arbs, maybe. That's 1 TC down. That's 1 range down. And only 1 range producing for DarkDiamonds now at 22 arbs. Nothing too crazy here. And with the capped rams in front, Henri could muster up his arbs and... yeah, it's still only arbs here. And eventually start chasing them. Plenty or more total population for DarkDiamonds here, slightly less military. Cap rams always, or rams always a good call against Britons because you can send them in front to soak Archer's fire. They both have trebs out. DarkDiamonds may even be able to afford Warwolf here once the gold allows them to take out groups of units with your trebuchets. But it's also a tough Japanese push to stop here with all these rams. You could even send in the rams to take out the trebs here, I think. Definitely need the rams in front of the arbs though. Henri has some middle presence as well. Castle in the middle, gold in the middle. Very fluent, consistent gold access here, while DarkDiamonds might eventually struggle there. Still has gold in the back here though. Down go the trebs. Is this going to be a 2-0 for Henri? Yes, says Vegababa. How do you know? I know the result, but I don't know who wins this one. Where are the rams going? I'm confused. I'm very confused right now. Allowing the Britons' arbs to slay trebs like this. So 49 military to 38 diamonds with those faster breaking ranges, even getting getting Warwolf now. Right, which means that the Britain's trebs will be dealing area damage now. Let's see. Yeah, not really in the missed shots here, but if they would. Oh, light cab raids. So that's the idea. We have more of them going out here. Quite a few stables now pumping at 51 on food for the Britons here. Britain's light cab for the win. Oh, quick wall! Quick wall! It's not like there's anything else going on here, or maybe it is. On the Garrison, that's a great addition, and that cap trams should be dealing with the trams here. Yeah, no problem. Down 4 trebs just like that! But the trebs did get to snipes on the Garrison. Little bit of raids here, light cab raids. That is hurtful to Henri's economy here, and didn't lose villagers in the early game, but now we have the Eco KD at 13 and rising for DarkDiamonds here. But there are arbs at home for Henri to deal with this as well. Really needs to plug this gap here to disallow the scouts from entering though, or light cap rather. Forward castle, one of them anyway for ace down for Henri. Oh, cannon galleon! New patch. I didn't even know that Britons got those. But yeah, Britons get cannon galleons confirmed. Don't even need to research it anymore. After the recent patch, you get cannon galleon instantly if you have chemistry researched, and you usually get that. Should get for your archers anyway. So then you could just pump them out when you dock. Yeah, DarkDiamonds really playing Britons well here. These onagers are out. They are very, very unprotected here. Demo! 2 demos, I think. 48 million to 27. And now Henri wants to get rid of those docks so as not to get any more demo hits in the face here. 4 onagers as well, so it's dangerous but not impossible for the Britons to enter. Oh, another one. Oh, nice. Nice snipe. Looks like the light cab raids have ended for now as well. They're trying to get to the onagers here, but they're not being allowed to by the arbalists here being focused on. Werewolf Treb doing work here though, hitting those onagers and rams and whatnot here. So yeah, Henri losing numbers again here, 45 to 37. 6 rangers producing though, and Britain's currently not producing arbs anymore. Focusing down another onager as well. That's the perks of having that ridiculous Britain's range. (169 to 156 population), still very comparable armies here. DarkDiamonds trying to get use raids to even out the economy or take an economy lead here, and yeah, idle Henri's economy for further production. Oh, almost a good onager hit here on the arbs, but you just keep hitting the same spot here, sadly. Another one goes down. Arbs numbers diminishing again finally here. Castle in the middle still stands, gold axis still stands, while DarkDiamonds not quite running out of gold here. Gonna go for this side gold here now, so there's definitely gold axis still for DarkDiamonds. Power of the Britain's light cab, everyone. Full armor actually. No husbandry, but no bloodlines I mean, but they do have husbandry, so at least they have that speed bonus. But they only get that 60 hit points. Didn't know what to do military. Yeah, it's not like you can do the Japanese halbs against light cab raids either, because DarkDiamond still has armless, so I can see how that's rough. Galleons now. Yeah, I don't know what to do on this map at this point. I guess Japanese have strong navy, so you could try to go for some kind of naval approach as well. That's one for DarkDiamonds on the home map though, and we'll be going to Henri's first home map next. 196 arbalest, more than the Britons. The light cab actually the most created unit for Britons. That's a bit fascinating. But a good adaptation by DarkDiamonds to turn things around there after being pressured heavily by the earlier arbs for the Japanese and the siege. At one point here, Henri is the only one to army. I guess that's just the men-at-arms and then the demo hit. And Eco's comparable, aren't they? Slightly higher for DarkDiamonds all over, but nothing too crazy. And then the army in the end for DarkDiamonds just stronger overall. See, quite even KDs. Much more racings for Henri with the siege push, but not enough. And that Britain's Eco cheaper TCs helps quite a bit as well. After all, well, not only, it's like 2 minutes difference in imperial time here, but wasn't enough to do enough damage to take the win here. And finally, the APM chart showing some 100 spikes here. Let's see. Third game, Henri's home map, which will be Hideout. Just kidding. Hideout should be fun. Options for many different kinds of plays on Hideout. It's like Arena, it's kind of a cloud map. Except it's easier to do feudal age aggression because you have palisade walls and not stone walls like on Arena. So, the Civ matchup here, Henri with the Khmer, DarkDiamonds with the Saracens. So if I go to assume anything, it's the Saracens going for feudal age archers here to break through the palisade walls and deal damage and obstruct the fast castle of the Khmer, but that's easier said than done, considering that Khmer can actually, on closed maps, they can go 23 pop castle age and still place 2 TCs and start their boom, and be perfectly safe against archers because you'd just drop town centers in strategic spots to keep the archers out. For example here, right? And maybe on stone for an eventual castle. But let's speed it up a bit because it's Hideout. It's probably going to be a bit hard. It's not like we're going to see any drushes here. I tried the drush on it once, an instant drush with Lithuanians didn't quite work out. Shouldn't be too exciting scout to look at either. Are the deer... Yeah, it's a hidden cup for Hideout. Also, the deer are actually spawning outside. Some extra patches of deer as well. But you need to keep a goat or something in the gates to keep the gate open. Henri, will he get the scout's kill here? Scout kill? Oh, kill advantage. Yeah, he gets it. Nice. So DarkDiamonds now officially blind. Actually doesn't really know where Henri is at all. So that's a setback for the Saracens. And we have Henri going up here at 23 pop, but that could still be just into a Khmer boom here. Could also be a fast castle monk siege push. Oh, is even stealing some sheep here. Nasty. Good late for the Khmer. And looks like a setup for castle age here, right? Some idle time, but who am I to judge? We're going to the castle age. Just as DarkDiamonds reaches the feudal age, drops the range market, not range blacksmith, but range market, being the Saracens here. Gonna use that market to sell stone and boost that castle age time by a tiny bit there, maybe. No, didn't actually sell stone. Did alright here. But the castle age timings are quite off here, Henri. And gets into the castle age 2 minutes before the Saracens player here. Straight into a couple of TCs here. As said, that's going to keep these villagers somewhat safe from Saracens' aggression. Still, crossbows with Botkin outrange TCs, at least if you don't have any upgrades for that. 2 ranges for the Saracens. That's something that Henri can't possibly scout here, but he's seen the market at least. Not that that's a surprise from the Saracens. It's actually a 29 builders castle age for DarkDiamonds, so going into the castle age with a stronger economy, but Khmer, of course, soon to be on 3 TCs, will be establishing a solid builder lead, I think, with this fast uptime. If you really want to meme with Khmer on Hideout, you use the Ballista Elephant to cut over to the enemy side and do some fun shenanigans that way. I don't think we're going to see that in this case, though. And Henri seems to be in boom mode and is going to play defensively here, I think, just to capitalize on the fact that Khmer, already at 3 TC, is going to establish a huge builder lead here if that TC, those TCs don't stay idle for longer periods of time. So Dark Diamonds with military. Henri doesn't really have any. That could be hurtful if you have a setup of wood and gold to add some siege as well with Saracens. You could have a strong push here, but then again, Henri could just add a few elephants or something to deal with the Archer's mass, and you force Saracens to react. But for now, seems like Dark Diamonds is just going to take it easy here as well. House walling a bit behind here to keep any surprises out. Could be that he's worried about some kind of Night Siege push here or something like that. I'm not sure what the plan is here. See the villagers already 47 to 36. We still have Saracen only one town center, but both of the archery ranges are consistently producing crossbows here, and now they're taking the very long way around here to find Henri. Or is it as long on both sides? No, it's not. This is definitely closer. So took a chance there, taking the long way around, but we'll at least get a little bit of a surprise factor coming around this way. No outposts or anything here for Henri to reveal the archers in advance, but being happy with Saracens, you expect them to go for archers because of their bonus attack against buildings. TC number 4, such a boomer, man. Defensive siege workshop, nice. And there's definitely wood and gold to make a mangonel if needed as well. This TC should keep the crossbows from advancing too far here. We'll see. Might get one snipe though. I don't think so. Mangonel on the way, and these crossbows are more or less screwed. They get one kill though. 2 kills. You'll need a lot more though to contest 4 TCs when playing with 2 yourself. Collecting the armies here, sent the other batch of crossbows the short way around, of course, and here comes a builder to make forward monastery and probably siege as well. The eco difference is already big here though, it's like 20 villagers difference. So you'll need a lot of builder kills here if you're Dark Diamonds to even out Khmer advantage here. Oh, that's rough. No place to escape. Oh, getting some return for the demolition ship in shot in the previous game. Another juicy hit and rip crossbow numbers. Repairing might obviously siege added forward for the Saracens as well. Yeah, oh yeah, he repaired. Henri, oh, he's in there. Let's see, yeah, nice. Plan mate of you then. He seems to be doing well. Won the first game, lost the second one, but this is the third one. We'll see how it ends up in the end. Sorry about that. It was up early casting today. Oh, good. I think the crossbows could engage them because the Magna had just shot at the siege workshop. Looks like Dark Diamonds is struggling a tiny bit for gold here as well to keep production going here. Let's see. Wait for that shot. Yeah, then engage and run back. Run back. Run back. Run back. Run back. Ow! That's 2 crossbows down, but they're gonna get the mangonel, I guess. No. Nice repair bike from Henri here. Five AM. Why are you up at this hour? That's crazy. I was up at 8 this morning, I thought that was early. Boom and defense for Henri. And look at the resources here, he's gonna go imp, man. He's gonna go imp! And that should just be melting the Saracens with whatever the Imperial Age brings for the converter here. Could go Scorpion's Madness. Could... could go Elephants. Elite Battle Elephants. Oh. Nice little hit again. I guess Henri could even go for Onager in the Imperial Age now that he has a couple of mangonels out. Why not, if the eco allows? 107 meters to 67 Dark Diamonds stuck in the castle later. We're not going to see any Imperial Age anytime soon. Even the market can't help Dark Diamonds here with... Well, it's 3 TCs now, but even the second TC went up quite late compared to Henri's having 3 town centers up already. Start Shikari promotions to get people in, yeah. You could mention the league though, is the deadline passed, Venture Baba, or you could definitely mention that. Actually, I should have a command for it as well. But definitely shout out to that one. Redemption in for Saracens. That's actually a good call, but the monk is gonna go down here. Oh, nice conversion. Yeah, Shikari Clan are arranging a league with... I guess there will be different brackets based on ELO, and it's a bit of a random factor to it, like in my Nova tournament, that first map is mega random and you go random civ. Then for the next game, the loser gets to pick map, but you have to play the reverse civs. But it's free pick of map from any standard map in DE. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll be casting some of that for sure. It starts July 1st, I think, or something like that. Henri going for the Cavalier by the looks of it. He's dropping some stables, 5 stables total here now, pumping out the Knights, and should be able to afford Cavalier upgrade very soon as well as the Imperial Armor. Floating quite a bit of wood though, so that needs to be dealt with. But Cavalier against Cast Age Crossbows should be a no-brainer to take out these numbers here. Adding some Scorpions as well, of course. They have extra range for the Khmer as well. Khmer bonus, T bonus in fact, +1 range for Scorpions. And now stonewalling the top side as well, just to make sure no sneak attack comes around this way. Always a good call for hideout. You can fix it. I'm too lazy eventually, but just add a link and a little description of the Shikari League or something. Scorps cleaning up here for sure. This is way, Henri is way ahead here. Dark Diamonds can at least go imp here, but yeah, it's... There shouldn't be any way for Henri to lose the whole map here. Seems to have a good plan here with Khmer for hideout. Castle goes up on the monasteries here, so rip Monk's investment. And another castle even to start pushing over here. Yeah, I figure I might as well just add you a summon and you could fix this. A command for Shikari and other stuff if needed at some point. $28 million to 29. We do have the Imperial Age on the way for Dark Diamonds. What does Dark Diamonds do against a Cavalier Scorpion push here? Are we going to see Heavy Scorpion as well, maybe? There is 27 wood, so eventually maybe we'll see the See the heavy scorpion here as well. Attack upgrades now coming on in for the cavalier line. 128 to 107 villagers, but DarkDiamonds now even getting housed in the midst of things here, while still on the way to the Imperial Age, and Henri has 2 castles up to eventually maybe produce trebs. I see double crossbow as well, so we're gonna see some Khmer heavy scorpion domination here with the double projectiles. Might not even need trebs if you have enough if you have enough cavalier and scorpion here. You need help Onager, maybe even help siege Onager to stop this, and Saracens, they actually only get pikemen. So, and that's a concern. They have good camels, but that's not really something that DarkDiamonds eco is set up for here. It's cramped up in home base now, and this is just a matter of time. See the double projectiles from the Scorpions. Might not even need heavy here. Just, why not? This castle is going to delay things a bit, but that could just be the treb down. We see trebs in queue for Henri now as well. While our band chemistry is kicking in here. Brazier already in only feudal age defense though, which could hurt against the cavalier numbers here. Nice. Added a link to the good luck. Good one. So cavalier raids up here. Remember, Saracens, they get camels, they get great camels, but they only get pikemen, not halberdiers. So they'll struggle against big cavalry numbers, especially with scorpions on the field as well. Pikemen aren't an option. And heavy scorpion is on the way. This is going to be rough for our Saracens. Our number is decent, but how are they going to hold up against 16, 17, 20 heavy scorpions and 6 stable cavalier consistent production here? It's just a ginormous equal lead for Henri here, even still adding villagers at 146 villagers here. Heavy scorpion is in. This castle will probably go down sooner rather than later, and I feel like there's not much excitement left to be had here. Just now using cavaliers to scout the area here, just in case DarkDiamonds has expanded further, but that's not really the case here. Cavaliers doing work. There's 21 villagers killed by Henri here, and double crossbow heavy scorpions basically just not allowing anything to touch the armies here. Another castle going down forward here. DarkDiamonds really takes hideout long, okay. That comes to mind, actually. I think I've seen it. Or maybe I'm just comparing it to another player, but well, worst case, we'll fast forward. $122 pop now to an almost pop capped Henri here. Castle will be going down. The Oblasts, they can't really touch anything here because there are double crossbow heavy scorpions here. All of the eco inside here should die to raids eventually. It looks like Henri is preparing Hussar as well. Not gonna need it just yet, but it's good to have it teched for the eventual trash wars if need be. But look at all the food and gold here. No issue at all. This is like 110p ELO attitude, won't resign until you kill last villain. Yeah, I tend to agree. You're down 60 pop, you're down some military, but keeping the arms numbers here. There's still gold access though, and that's the problem with the Hidden Cup maps as well, that they have extra resources everywhere. Stables on this side as well. We're going to see some Hussars or Cavaliers added. Siege engineers as well. We're going to boost the attack. And isn't there range as well for siege weapons? We'll see once it kicks in. Definitely the attack though, 20% more damage. So we might have 7 plus 2 range heavy scorpion and also dealing more damage here. Getting even more scary. Could even use scorpions to take out buildings now. Masonry for Henri is gonna boost the hit points of all the buildings here once it kicks in, and I'm guessing that might apply to walls as well. DarkDiamonds dropping another castle, trying a desperate reboom here, but the map control already 50% of the map in Henri's hands, and the starting base of DarkDiamonds going down here as well. Builder count still comparable. Army counts not so much. Army strength absolutely not. I kind of want to see Siege Trap added here now or something to deal with buildings more efficiently, and also because it's going to come in handy against Arbalest anyway. I always try to finish hideout games in early Castle Age. Yeah, same for me. Whether it means win or lose for me, I want to finish them early in Castle Age. I hate late game, I hate Imperial Age, I hate post-Imperial Age even more. Was very content to drag this out. Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're ever gonna be in a losing position here, Henri, so I can get that. Yeah, it's only going to exhaust your opponent more for the next match, so... Wait, building on the castle? Huh. They are Saracens Arbalest, so they could actually tear down the stone walls rather quickly here. Are we actually gonna see a fortified wall here or something for Henri to to stop this? It's not a danger. It's not gonna be a problem anyway. Cavaliers and a big ball of heavy scorpions here, just continuing to push the what do we call it? East side here, northeast side. Yeah, that goes for both arena and hideout and other closed maps. If you're good with, if you have a good plan for early Castle Age aggression on these closed maps, you could really punish the booming for sure. I want to see battle elephants. I want to see elite battle elephants here just for the flex. Elite battle elephant and heavy scorpion. 99 villagers now for DarkDiamonds. Henri has been killing some villagers to boost population space. With some raids to the north side as well. There are stables here as well, so we'll be sending a cavalier here as long as there's gold. Henri actually didn't collect any relics. DarkDiamonds has one, so that's not really significant either. Well, true as well. For example, a monk siege push on these old maps is strong because you're not really adding eco, you're just doing so much damage with your all-in style push that they can't add eco or anything either. They have to react or try to counterattack, and if you can play it successfully, you just win. So, Huang style siege pushes as well on hideout works very well in many cases. Another TC about to go down here, so RIP, villager recreation of DarkDiamonds. It's about 20% of the map left for DarkDiamonds to reboom on. It's not looking too pretty here, but he's going for it. But there's always a chance that these all-in pushes fail, but if you have done enough-ish damage, you could still you could still boom, right, to get into it. So there's a bit of a weighing what to do and what not to do in these situations as well. I've had that on Hideout actually. I've had pushes failing with Khmer, now with Celts, and then I just walled off and reboomed like a madman with like 5 or 6 TZs, and I shredded the enemy in the Imperial Age instead. It was really boring, dragged out game, but it won me the game with a better boom. GG is called. Henri gets Hideout, the home map, and DarkDiamonds taps out 68. Our blessed maximum number 87 Cavalier for Henri, but also a significant chunk of heavy Scorpions and all stuff, pushing from both sides as well. No chance for the Saracens here, not after this Castle Age timing with 23 or 24 pop or whatever it was. If you ever care about eco and siege push, your siege push won't work out. Not too sure about that, but lovely KD here, 282 to 71. 80,000-ish to 55 something. And yeah, just overall here, 5 minutes earlier, that's just you. If you have the eco to back it, that's just never going to lose the game if you have that kind of head start to imp. Almost not possible, except for me. I lose these games easily when I'm earlier to imp. Still. Yeah, right. Let's get the next one. We're going to game 4 in this best of 5, and it will be DarkDiamonds. Oh, game 4 is on slopes. Cool map. Looks like we have a battle of cavalry archer style civilizations. Siege push is definitely very micro intensive, no question about that. So we have slopes here. We have Tatars for DarkDiamonds. We see there are some elevation here, right? So that's going to come in handy for the Tatars, as well as the Dark Age food boost of sheep lasting 50% longer. There's Hunt and Shorefish to the sides here. That could be taken, but can also easily be contested by early scouts from, for example, the Mongols or Aid Rush. So let's just boost the speed of this one and keep an eye out for any infantry production here. Keep a look at the colors here, just to see if they're scouting, what they're doing, if they're checking the sides of each other. And yeah, here we go. Henri is going to find the enemy location. Could even lame a boar here, but boar in the back. Risky laming business, of course. But already found the enemy side, found some useful intel, and will now be looking at the sides as well to see if DarkDiamonds is going for the side resources. Something that Henri is doing, and should be doing with the Mongols, because Mongols collect Hunt 40% faster. We could check the draft, maybe Indians got banned. I don't remember. Oh, he had Indians. Interesting. Interesting. Well, Tatars is good as well. Oh, few ladies are in. I'm gonna slow it down again. Barracks for DarkDiamonds. Finishing a bit late here. If scouts are the intention, this is going to slow the scouts by 10-15 seconds, while Henri is on point here and dropping the stable, albeit with only 1 villager. So if DarkDiamonds now tasks 2 villagers to build the stables, they're going to complete at roughly the same time here. He probably saw what I did to the last Indian speak this map. Only time I'll won. Oh, nice. I like how all of the hunt here has been taken for Henri. He did that the previous time on slopes as well. He went to the side to take that hunt bonus, and when he got hit by scouts, he was fine because it did mainly for the quicker. Did it for the quicker fuel age. Indians not in draft. Let's see. Is it the correct draft? Yeah, he didn't have Indians in the draft. He did have Berbers though, so he didn't anticipate the Mongols pick by Henri then. Funnily enough, as Henri has played it before here. A little bit of a scouts run in here. They're both going for the scouts. Who wins this? Quite the even fight, but Henri gets the better end of the deal here. 3 scouts, 1 spear. Completely similar army composition here, but Henri 1 villager behind due to more idle TC time here. Looks like the walls are about to be complete though, so that should keep scouts out. These villagers will need to pull back though, but there's a spearman defending here. Let's see, DarkDiamonds hasn't even scouted this area, but he's been to that side, seen that there's no eco being taken on that side, so he's gonna have a look here, sees a spearman, thank you very much, I won't engage here. Henri now with the scout superiority here, 4 against 3, could comfortably take a fight here. Yeah, Berbers are. I've seen Berbers a lot on this map. That they have response to. I mean, they could even contest Indians on this map because of the cheaper camels in the castle. They should easily outproduce Indians if they go for the camels. And if Indians go for the cavalry archers, you have Berbers camel archers to counter that. So it's really a no-brainer if you're up against Indians and you have Berbers who could go Berbers. I was going to go Persians to deal with Berbers, but I just didn't like Persians versus Tatars. Because of lack of bracer, or because the Persian's boom is obviously very good. So DarkDiamonds is taking the resource to the side here as well. Looks like Henri is about to take a peek here. Has 4 scouts, could maybe debate the spear away with the weak one. And yeah, let's go risk that. I think it's worth it. Even if you lose 2 scouts here now, you could still contest the resources here. At least find the weak one. Yeah, it idles the eco a little bit here. That's still going to be annoying. No, but I mean with persons lacking bracer, because if you lack bracer for the elite skirms, that's gonna be rough for the Persians. Persians do have the bonus though, so if you somehow catch up with the cav archers, you deal more damage. It applies to both archers and cavalry archers, right? So it's not completely useless, but still, yeah, not the best matchup. I like Mongols better for sure. DarkDiamonds commits more to scouts, but Henri is going to Cavalier. That's going to be a huge difference here in terms of power. Henri gonna follow this up with knights, maybe. Is with 9 on gold now. And the farm eco also suggests to some extent a stable play with knights here, even camels if need be. But Mongols cavalry archers should be underestimated either. They have a attack 20% faster or something. Or it could just be town centers for defensive boom externally. Yeah, there's range. Okay, so not gonna be knights then. Who needs them? Who needs knights when you have pacifier and cavalry archers, and could go into Mangudai later? True enough. Also, Tatars have camels to counter the knights with ease, so. Cavalry archers against Tatars, though. You're taking a gamble that you're beating the Tatars to the castle age here, and doing that. DarkDiamonds hasn't even clicked up yet, missing 40 gold, and will be up soon after that. These villagers shouldn't be staying here for too long, though. 3 ranges. Balkan arrow, and all the ranges to produce cavalry archers here. Oh, that's nice. Going to, as said, going to beat the Tatars to the cavalry archer mass here. Cavalry archers should counter cavalry archers, right? If they have equal upgrades, and if one has more numbers than the other. And add to that Mongols fire faster. That's kind of negates Mongols cavalry archers. Is it 20% faster or something? That kind of negates the Tatars getting free thundering. And then once Mongols get thundering, they actually have better firing rate than the Tatars. 25 even. Yeah, that's even better. Look at these puny scouts. They're going to be slaughtered by some kind of unit here soon. Yeah, grabbing thundering early. Also a good call against Tatars that get it instantly. This guy is just peeking about the enemy side here, looking for the ranges maybe. Barracks? Barracks? Okay, so someone is expecting a a night ball up here after the scouts. I don't think it's 18 for Mongols. No, I don't think they did anything. But the upcoming nerf is the upcoming patch is going to nerf captures in general, of course. Okay, no villagers here anymore. DarkDiamonds pulled them back by the approach of Castle Age, but yeah, this would have extremely exposed. Could even be an overshot, could it? Cavalry firing rate, or frame delay rather. That's going to be frame rate, yeah, whatever. That's going to be adjusted to the next patch down to 1.18% or something. But we're not talking about that, though. We're talking about the Mongols' actual faster firing rate bonus. 16 captures and counting. 2 ranges at least consistently producing here. And no, it's a very, very small adjustment. Why, oh why are you going knights here, DarkDiamonds? Probably miscalculated here and thought that the Mongols would go knights in the Castle Age and decided to try and match that, but then why not just go camels? Knights, they just won't be able to catch up with the cavalry archers here if they are microed properly. Henri now with 18 to 14 could split up these groups here and there and just really deal damage on the multiple sides here. Overshot. Uh-oh. And now fully expecting that DarkDiamonds has gone to this side. Let's see if Henri finds this. Yeah, the balance patch comes later probably. That makes sense as well. Alright, good reaction by DarkDiamonds pulled away here. Did see the cavalry archers passing the mill here, but yeah, these builders are dead. If the cavalry archers can hit their targets, that is. I bet you wish you were Berber villagers now, huh? Ooh, knights are in. Knights with +2 defense, so the cavalry archers will need a larger mass to deal with this as well. Could be some damage potentially for DarkDiamonds. Eco KD 4 to 2 should even out a bit here, but Lindrum is also very comparable here. Could almost trap those knights here. Yeah. No! Almost missing one tile there, but now the cav archers will take that. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. No escape for these knights. Sacrificing 3 villagers to kill 5 knights. Guess we could call that value. Supposing DarkDiamonds deleted this TC, but that means that some stone has been spent that can't go into a new TC. And now going to the other side. Maybe a move that Henri will anticipate as well, but we'll be looking for openings here, and this looks like a hole to me. Yeah, there should be enough cavalry archers here to deal with the knights forward for DarkDiamonds as well. Just passing. And yeah, you could just break the gate here now. I think it's a palisade gate. It's fairly easily broken, but don't even need to enter with these kinds of numbers. 31 cavalry archers and counting. Resources show Imperial Age is just around the corner here. And basically just a surround here. Even a little bit expansion to the side here with DarkDiamonds is not going to save the situation here. With Imperial Age among us, you could add a forward castle and start trebbing. You could add Siege Workshop and just go into rams to demolish buildings. And or you could go into Hussar to have a cheap meat shield in front of the cavalry archers as need be. 34 military to 8, there's already no way back for DarkDiamonds here. Try to get some raids in here. Light cav even mixed in, says something about the gold situation, completely off gold here. But at least producing, where's the... yeah, there's the stable. But again, I don't think Henri minds too much here. Gonna lose some numbers, of course, but the Eco KD is similar. DarkDiamonds with 2 TCs has a slightly better economy here, but Henri has just all that much better army and is going to slaughter villagers here now that the cavalry archers has entered the area. Stays with the group here as well to deny the gold. And DarkDiamonds desperate for resources now to drop a market to adjust the food here for gold, maybe. But the military numbers speak for themselves here. 37 to 5 here. $45, $41. Could add light cav to raid. Why would you even need light cav at this point? There's no counter to the cavalry archers now. 0 army for DarkDiamonds. You could just use the cavalry archers to raid here and to keep the TCs from working, the villagers from working around the TCs. This one is completely idled. This one is bringing in gold, but army is the issue here. DarkDiamonds has no resources whatsoever to make military. But yeah, there's definitely resources too. Why would they need to dive TC? He'll just stay outside of range of the TC and force the villagers to get and then pull back and just idle them so they can't bring in resources. And also, yeah, the range is the same, so he can't really take out TCs, but... see? Hit on garrisons, and Henri just goes back at it to force a re-garrison here. There's red everywhere, red dots everywhere here. TC idled, worker efficiency, down to 41.3% for DarkDiamonds, and this is the gather rate as well, the time spent gathering resources total, which is significantly lower for the 10-heart player. Out of wood, low on gold, low on food, not able to counterattack. 35 military to 3. He is an imp. Oh, hello, Salted Pepper. Thanks for the raid. We're casting mid-ELO tourneys here, and currently the semi-final of the Gold Division. This is... yeah, a tournament hosted by mid-ELO tourneys, as the Discord is called. I'll just add this here, actually. And frequent tournaments occurring in that Discord. I'd absolutely encourage joining it. And the overall range that has been recently has been 1,000 to 1,700 ELO across different brackets. So this is the 1,300 to 1,500 bracket, and I think I'll move on to casting the Platinum bracket after this, which is 1,500 to 1,700, so stick around if you want to. I'll just toss this one up here as well, just to explain the alert. Oh, did you play Arc in the group stage, Henri? Or... Oh, you just met him casually before, I guess. So Henri going Imp here could be the GG moment when Imp kicked in here, because it's been over for a while for DarkDiamonds. Just not able to mass army to deal with the mass cavalry archers. I see you met the turns for them. Funnily enough, DarkDiamonds still has more villagers working, but the efficiency is increasing. We'll give it that, but now it's Imperial Age against Cast Age here, and still no military for DarkDiamonds to handle this. We'll see Parthian tactics first, and then Bracer to increase the range and damage output of the cavalry archers, and maybe eventually, if Eco allows, the heavy cavalry archers as well, but that's going to take some while because you need food for that. And Henri has 4 on food currently. So it's going to be a while, but I think Henri is confident he can close out this game and take it to a 3-1 here. DarkDiamonds is hanging in there though, with these small numbers of cavalry archers being slaughtered as they come. They are absolutely out upgraded here. 6+3, right? For the Mongols, 6+1 now for the Tatars. Same HP, more damage and range for Henri's. There are cav archers everywhere here. Add Ferrari Rams. Doesn't look like the eco supports that with the 2TC eco Henri here. The eco KD is pretty significant though. It's 79 to 80 to 11 here, and still Henri only has 10 builders leads, but has been having a ridiculous army lead all along here, so it's not really much to It's just something about the investment that DarkDiamonds has to make to keep going here and to try and get some eco rolling, but he has nowhere to flee. There are cav archers everywhere, denying gold, denying TCs, denying woods, denying workers here, here. Honestly, not sure why DarkDiamonds is still holding on here, but it's the last and this side of the game. Maybe just wants to do some last things here. Using the market to try and get some army out here. Yeah, it's probably because it's the deciding game. But it did it on hideout as well, you know, the previous ones. So. Yeah, there's the GG. There's the GG. Henri takes the 3-1 here. 65 cav archers made total. He was very overconfident in his abilities. Ah, I see. That backfired. So scouts openings for both players, pretty similar feudal ages here. And then a big spike in army here, for that's probably the remaining scout for for DarkDiamonds. They didn't really do much damage though. And then the cast stage much earlier for Henri, not making more scouts, just going cast stage and into the Cavache mass, taking a huge lead, being the only one with military here, and then it's just all downhill for DarkDiamonds from there. 161 to 41 KD, that's a pretty dominant way to end it. GG's indeed. He goes kind of, not gold-wise, but almost comparable, except for the gold. No castles this game. At all. Barely in stone collected. And Henri, the only one in the Imperial Age. Villager max by 1 in total creation, and then some APM spikes here, probably microing also different units around to try and make something happen. But GG indeed.